have a great time. Alright, so we've got a bomb and a wrestler. Zyvon did say she was going bomb for this most likely, just before this set started for anybody just tuning in. And wrestler is the pick that I would have been expecting from Xander. Of course, it's his main, it's his best character. He does have a yo-yo as well as a parasol in the back, but I wouldn't imagine he'd be pulling any of those out, just because I was like a good enough player that I feel like Xander definitely would expect to want to go his main here. Now Zyvon here actually is, in my opinion, one of the best players against wrestler just in general, and definitely the best bomb in the matchup for sure. Her only competition is WAP, who isn't bad for sure, but Zyvon did kind of beat Croc up last week, or rather at Lights On. So she's definitely coming into this match, I feel like probably feeling pretty good. First stage here is going to be Green Gardens, where I don't know, the small stage tends to benefit wrestler a little bit, but at the same time, wrestler is going to have kind of a hard time getting in against all these bombs, right? As we did see, the command grab will bounce off the bombs, which puts Zyvon in a situation where she's going to have to basically put a bomb where wrestler's going to bounce ahead of time if she wants to do anything to punish it. But besides that, of course, always the wrestler factor. Like, wrestler's got a hard time getting into this matchup, but there is always the wrestler factor of just like, you can just get grabbed at 200 net health and just die. But that doesn't seem to be happening too much right now. It seems like we've got a pretty even game. We've got Xander taking trades in slightly advantageous situations, but he hasn't been able to land any grabs so far. It's been mostly... oh, there's one. Okay, we're going to get off this. No 50-50. Okay, just a solid amount of damage from the grab itself. That does put Zyvon kind of on the back foot, as, you know, she's now got quite a significant life disadvantage, and will die to one more grab if Xander gets one good read. Something that I find interesting that Xander's doing a lot, right, is he's trying to approach with these stomps, and those stomps actually will beat the bomb head on. But the thing is, spacing that is somewhat difficult. But if you do, you get like a bunch of mobility just from letting him dash attack off the bombs and bounce off them, or stomp off the bombs and bounce off them. Even then, though, it's still a good way to get to the ground or to a platform when you don't want to have to deal with throwing bombs at you while you're in the air. That's just a situation that wrestler doesn't really enjoy a lot. And we've got Doug, who looks like he's hopping on the mic. Hello, how's it going?
Sir.
Fantastic. I do not have to talk at 500 words a minute anymore. That is glorious.
My apologies. I just want to leave a single commentator on anyone's stream. But now, since Pizza's back, also, Pizza lost Depuff.
Pizza lost Depuff?
Insane man.
Yeah, that is insane. Pizza was the 1 seed today. Definitely would have had my money on him taking the entire tournament. But having him lose this early is going to definitely make things a little bit more interesting. And we can talk about that later. For the time being, I should not take it quite yet. And Zyvon's actually going to get the set bomb out in time. So they're actually like both below 40 HP for like the last minute and a half of that game. Kind of shades of Zyvon versus Theo. If anybody saw that a few weeks ago, that was another very hype set. But
oh boy, this was game one.
Yeah, that was game one. So Zyvon's going to go up 1-0 here, but once again, that was only game one. It was about 3.5 minutes long. The last minute and a half, lots of things happened, but no one got hit. So that was hopefully indicative of the good Kirby fighters that we're going to have to get to see in these next 2 to 4 games.
So I think what we're going to do stream-wise is...
Yep.
I'm going to say this very quickly so we can get right back into the game.
Hey, we got downtime. It's cool.
Wink and Pizza are going to go into the Ninja Ruby set,
Okay.
and then we will stream Zyvon's next match, and then your match will be streamed by Wink and Pizza, and Zyvon will stream Depuff Nuggets. That could work.
Depuff Nuggets in quarters is definitely not a match I would have expected to see. Nuggets obviously a very solid player, in my opinion, top 10 level. And then Depuff also pretty good, but he's kind of new, so he doesn't have any tournament results yet. This is, I think, his first tournament he's in. But he is good at Smash and fighting gamekeeper, so I'm not super surprised, honestly. Right there, we have what I was talking about earlier. So Xander actually bounced off the bomb, and then Zyvon threw another bomb where he was going to bounce. So while he was still in lag from the bounce, he got punished with another bomb. So he took a nice 13 from it.
Oh wow, so that, like, the throw can just go through the bomb. Like, it doesn't interrupt it.
Yeah, the throws themselves have invincibility, so they won't get hit by the bomb on the way down. And the grab, obviously, I think they bounce off.
So Xander's trying to use jump 5B to just kind of like use it as a lingering hitbox on the way down,
Yeah.
but it isn't really working against like when there's just a bomb sitting next to Zyvon.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like his best option is to try to cancel the bomb out with the dash attack, and then just mix up the timing of that so that Zyvon has a harder time throwing the bomb to cover the bounce.
That was a really good command grab.
Yeah,
It was the one where he forward threw. He kind of recognized that Zyvon was sticking out in front of the bomb. I noticed that air puffs don't break the bombs when you're in midair. Do they? I don't think they do.
I'm not sure. Actually, yeah, they do. Okay. They do. Their air puff hitbox is just it's a little bit smaller than the vision itself, so sometimes it can look like that. But yeah, as we can see, Wrestler definitely has kind of a hard time getting into this matchup, especially when he's got this much of a life disadvantage, just because he can't really take risks and he can't try to bounce off bombs like carelessly.
Oh, man.
But now we've got a repeat of the first game with everyone below 30 health, both sides one hit from dying.
Oh man!
Get bombed. Okay.
You know.
Stuff. Expect a stomp coming in to try to bounce off the bombs, and yeah, he misspaced it.
Yep.
So yeah, like I said, stomp will beat the
boy.
bombs 100% of the time, but you have to like be directly on top of them. Also, I think I'm not sure if that was him misspacing the stomp actually, or Zyvon. I did see her pull out another bomb right before he landed, and then I don't know if it went off though. So it could have. I think it was him misspacing the stomp. But either way, Zyvon going up 2-0 here in this set. So what would you like to see from Xander to kind of bring this back based on what you've seen so far?
I mean, I've played this matchup against Zyvon. It is impossible. I can't actually try to understand like the stuff that Theo does. That it's a lot of like using the command grabs as like movement options. But if you whiff, you often take damage.
That tends to be how whiffing moves in fighting games work. 'Cause, generally, you don't hit your opponent. Generally, you are going to eat a whiff punish of some sort. But game 3 looks like it's going to be on Rivals, I believe. Yeah, right back to Rivals. So, we got Xander sticking it out with the wrestler. Not going to choose to go. He does have a yo-yo. He does have a parasol. I wouldn't expect the parasol to come out in this matchup, but I wouldn't be super surprised if yo-yo came out. I feel like. It looks like he's not going to opt for that and just stick it out with the wrestler here. And it's paying off pretty well so far, for sure.
The first few interactions were very good for Xander, so we just have to make sure that he stays patient. Like, that is really important. If you lose patience and try and just, like, mash some grabs, that's where bomb just eats you alive.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the bomb matchup in this game, just in general. With very few exceptions, like, there aren't really characters that are just going to be able to mash it bomb and kind of get away with it. Which is kind of why we know bomb is, like, this character that sort of excels when your opponent's maybe at a lower level of competition, you know. Xander, obviously, you know, he's not, definitely slightly above that lower level of competition, but,
It's gonna get close again, I can tell.
yeah, this is gonna be rough. Zyvon is only a few, one, maybe two interactions away from dying here. But the thing is, Xander does have to get in order for those interactions to happen. That's consistently been the difficult part for him. He just takes so much more damage trying to get in than he makes off of these 50-50s when he actually gets the grab. It's just been really hard for this entire set. Actually avoids the bomb there. Gets the command grab, not bad. This isn't quite going to kill. It's in air puff range, though.
Oh, it's clipped by the 5B, so that's going to be first game taken by Xander. That was really good. There was a lot more done, like, defensively, just kind of, like, rolling in and avoiding bombs, just using basic defensive options and instead of trying to, like, kick them all the time.
Yeah, for sure. We saw a lot more, grounded defense coming in that set, or in that game, rather, and a lot less of, like, just trying to stomp or dash attack out every single bomb that he saw. So, just because a lot of the time he would either miss the spacing on the stomp, or if he didn't, then he would either get punished on the bounce for that or the dash attack. So definitely a solid adaptation coming through here from Xander, and definitely proving that a character switch is not necessary yet. So,
Is my mic echoing?
like, am I hearing myself from you?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, good. That's all I
Yeah,
needed.
you're
to know,
fine.
because my mic was kind of going off every time you were talking, so I didn't know if that was the case.
That's funny. But we're gonna go to Butter here. I would imagine. That's interesting. That's interesting because I would imagine that Xander would have banned something like, I don't know, like maybe Jet Bastion and then Jet Bastion and Bubbly probably actually. If I had to guess the bans. But it's still interesting that Zyvon chose to go here because this is generally hailed as one of Wrestler's better stages. Just because it's small and he gets a bunch of stuff off any kind of grab near the top platform, or that goes to the top platform. So
Yeah, the up throw or the up grab is like really hard to punish on this stage because you just go straight up to it.
yeah, exactly. And then also a lot of the time wrestler can convert ceiling bounces on this stage, and then you get air puffed, and then you're not having a good time. So definitely a thing that, okay, nice 5B into the up grab here. No reset, but still a lot of damage on Zyvon. Now taking the life lead. Not bad. Good 2B to get back to the ground. Good stuff from Xander. Okay.
Ooh, that was a really good mix-up. Just falling through the platform, kicking the bomb, and just going back up.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like the big thing in this matchup is the wrestler needs to be unpredictable with his movement, and he needs to be unpredictable with when he goes for command grabs. Just because this matchup feels a lot like a bullet hell, where, you know, bombs the bullets and wrestler is kind of in hell.
No line.
You kind of have to. You want to basically try to mix up your movement to where you can get to a place the bomb can't cover on reaction. Which is difficult because, you know, a lot of wrestlers' movement is in straight lines, and a lot of, like, Bomb's whole game plan is just to fill the screen with solutions, right?
Ooh. This might be the start of Xander losing a little bit of patience. That up grab was really bad.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. For sure, it's kind of tough.
Like, that was very clearly baited by Zyvon. Like, just holding the bomb next to her and just like, alright, come do the up grab.
Yeah. Fight me. Okay, cool. Step jumps with the bombs and like.
Ooh, that was a really good just aerial 5B from Zyvon.
Solid damage coming in from that stomp as well. No, still probably one interaction I would say away from taking this game, but still got to be careful not to get bombed now 2 more times, or the game's gonna be a wrap. So watch out for the set bomb. Yeah.
Ooh.